Hi folks, this is Rose from In Rose's Garden, and right now we are going to make a couple of stretch bracelets using some of the beads from our April Bargain Bead Box kit, Spring Blossoms. Now, I'm not using a lot of the actual beads from the Bargain Bead Box kit because I'm going to be using some lava stone in these, but I think they're going to be fun. Let's turn down and we'll make them. Okay, I've got a spool of elasticity. We need about, well, I usually cut about this much. You don't need that much, but I'd like plenty to, so I have plenty of room to make my knot with. So we've cut out this. Now the first thing you want to do when you're making a stretch bracelet is stretch the cord. Otherwise, give it like 4 or 5 good tugs, because if you don't stretch it, then it will, well, it'll stretch out on you as you're wearing it. So let's put a bead stopper on one side, and then we're going to start beading. And what we're going to do is we're going to put 3 spacers on. Now these 3 spacers are actually where I'm going to hide my knot at, because if they're in a stack like that, they have enough room to hide the knot in it. So there's the 3 spacers, and then we're going to go with a 8mm lava. I thought that was the hole. Holes are deceptive because they look like they're going through and they don't. Then we'll put another spacer, one of these tiny little guys. Actually, no, I think what I'm wanting is, there we go, the 6mm size. Then another of these spacers. Come on, spacer. An 8. A spacer. 8. Come on. Now we're going to put on 2 spacers. And one of the pink adventurines from out of the kit. Now I chose the ones that were all about the same color. They're sort of orangey colored, so little tiny guy. Come back here, you. Lava. Double spacer again. Next pink adventurine. Teeny. Come on, hole, where you at? Come on, where you at? There we go. Another spacer. Another pink adventurine. 2 spacers, lava, tiny guy, spacer, this feller, two, big lava, one, big lava, spacer, little guy. Oh, where's your home? There we go. Spacer. And now we'll put this on again, and we'll see how long that ends up being. It looks like it's going to be a little short, but we will find out. That says it is a little short, but not by much. Maybe 1 bead. Okay, now that we have it all strung up, let's see what our sizer says. There's it. The 7 is right here. And we're definitely not going to make it. We need some more beads. So let's get a few beads and we'll put some more beads on. I think we'll put on 2 spacers like we have on the other side. No, 1. And we'll put on a large one of the 8mm. And then rather than using these spacers, I was debating if the knot would go through those holes. So I got a nice large hole bead we'll put on over this side for our knot to go through. Now let's see how big it looks. So there's the 7. Oh wow, we still could use a couple more beads. So rather than big beads, I am going to put on a 6mm as opposed to a 7, I mean an 8. And then we'll put this one back on over here. Let this slide over to this side some. And then this. And this. And I think it should be large enough now. I'm not even going to bother to check with the sizer. The next thing we need to do is tie our knot. So first what we want to do is stretch our cord some more. We want it to be plenty stretched all the way around. And then once we think we have it stretched enough, we'll take off our bead stoppers, give it a little bit more stretch. So it's plenty stretched. And then we're going to line our beads up pretty good. Get our, oh, yeah, we want it to go this way, so we want our thread, well, go around just a hair's breadth so you're more or less straight together. And of course I went too far. Anyway, once you get it pretty well lined up and you've got it stretched, take your two front top fingers, take the cord, wrap around, and then come through where your two fingers are to come together right here with both threads. Come on, babies. Once and then twice. Now, as you're pulling it tight, let it slide out of off your fingers. Then keep pulling tight as you slide it off your second finger here. And pull her tight, and then give her a couple stretches. Make sure she isn't doing something funky for you. And then we'll cut this extra wire cord off here. Throw that away. Get a little hypo cement out to put on your knot. Once you get that on, get your hypo cement closed pretty fast. Now work this knot into this big bead. And there we go. This one is done. Now we'll do more or less the same thing on the rose quartz one. Here's the rose quartz pieces. I got a big one out for this one too. Let's put it down here. Now we just got to get its cord out. And give it a few stretches. Now put our bead stopper on, and we will start putting our beads on. I'm going to start with just putting the big one on right away. Then we'll have a large one. And a spacer. And a tiny one. Spacer. Let's see. Another large. Spacer, large, let's see, large, small, okay. Spacer, two smalls. Spacer, medium. Spacer, two smalls. Okay, now we are going to go and we're going to put all four of the rose quartz right in a row with just a spacer between, one spacer. Now we just do exactly the opposite with doing the 2 smalls, the spacer, the medium, the spacer, 2 smalls, spacer, large, spacer, large, spacer, small, spacer, large. Boy, it looks like I have a lot more spacers out here than I needed. But that's all right. Too many is better than not enough. Let's see. And I think this is not enough. I think we're going to need a little more sizing again. So let's get the sizer out and see where we're at. Yeah, we definitely need a couple more beads. So I will get out a couple more of the large size so that we can drop down to here. And if we even need more, there's a couple of little medium ones. Well, actually, we may not want the medium ones. They may go in the hole, but we'll find out. So we put one of the large ones on this side. And take off the big piece and put one of the large ones in here. Now we'll see how close that was to what we want. So here is our sizer again, and we will pull it up and about, and I think, oh, it might be a little less than 7, but it's not. Did we ever check this one? Look at that, it came out exactly at 7. I don't want to make it too big, but I don't want it too small either. Maybe what we'll do is go into where this tiny one is and switch it for the medium one, and that will give us just a little bit more more sizing, and that may be just what we need. Because we weren't really off by that much. So got that done on this side. Now we'll switch and pull off to here. Put aside the little one. Get this medium one that I pulled out. Or a 6, I should say. The other one is a 4 that I took out of place. Come on, you. Now, I was close enough when I did the last measurement that I don't think I'm going to bother to pull out the sizer and check it again. I think we're pretty good. So we need to stretch it. Whoops, I just knocked my bead stoppers off. That's all right. Stretch it some, and then it's ready to tie the knot. So you wrap it around these two fingers tightly, and then go through here once and twice. Pull it tight, pull this one finger out, pull tight again, and then pull as you are easing it off your finger. Keep tightening your threads, your strings up. Okay, give it a couple more stretches and cut your knot and do our glue. Lid on quick, and then ease that into the... So these are extra things we need to put away, and there is our other bracelet. Let's see what she actually ended up measuring down to. 6 3/4. So she could have gone even just a little bit bigger, but she's not bad. So now this is dried, so I'll slip it on and see it's actually not snug, it's just right there. So the other one is probably snug. I'm not going to put it on because I'm waiting for the hypo cement to dry. So there's the second one. One, two of them. Well, there we go. 2 stretch bracelets made using the beads, some beads from the April box Spring Blossom by Bargain Bead Box. We used these 4 rose quartz and these 4 of the pink adventurines. So there's the 2 bracelets. Try this one on. Glue should be dry enough now. Now see, it's snug on me. There was a little gap before I rolled it down closer to the smaller part of my wrist. But see, it's pretty snug. So, isn't that pretty? And then the other one is a little looser. So there they are, the 2 bracelets. I hope you enjoyed making this with me. This has been Rose from In Rose's Garden. And again, these bracelets were made using the April Blossoms Bargain Bead Box.